Jason Statham's new movie, The Beekeeper, was just released in theaters, and frankly, this is one of his best movies. I walked into The Beekeeper completely expecting to be bored out of my mind. I'm not a big action guy, but frankly, this movie was good. It's not great, but it was good, especially for what it was. And surprisingly enough, this movie had a little bit of a story that was enjoyable. I really liked the premise. I thought it was well done and especially for an action movie, very well thought out. I liked how like he made the point of the kids versus the elderly. Like if you harm a kid, you're gonna have a bunch of adults coming after you. If you harm the elderly, they're unprotected. There's no one to protect them, and that was his job. I liked that. I thought that was very good. The action sequences were good, although at some points a little bit too convenient for my liking. But Jason Statham did an amazing job.
I didn't I didn't know much about this movie. Griff's like, "Hey, are we doing it?" And I was like, "What the hell's the Beekeeper? Like, what are you even talking about?" And I saw the trailer, and I was like, "Oh man, another Jason Statham movie." And I do want to say this. I think the dude is solid. I think he's a legit martial artist. Um, I even think his acting is pretty good. I have seen one other movie of his that's I just told Griffin about that I think is a, an enjoyable movie. Also action, but enjoyable. Which is Homefront, and then he's done Expendables
Fast and
29
Furious.
and Fast and fucking Furious, and he did the Meg, which the Meg one I thought was enjoyable. I yet to see the second one. Um, but I kind of did roll. I was like, oh, okay, just explosions and him beating the hell out of everybody. Um, So I went in there and I was like, okay, but I just told Griffin, I was like, you know what? If I'm being honest with you, I wasn't bored. I didn't hate it. There was a point, of course, like with every one of these movies, because it's very like 90s Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, action-ish movie. There was a point where the whole beekeeper thing just them having to keep saying it. I was like, dude, you don't have to keep, they were like, well, he's a beekeeper,
Yeah.
man. The beekeepers come. I was like, you can stop with the beekeeper thing. But honestly, I did enjoy the story. I did like that, you know, they make a point of, and then which is true, you go after a child as a pedophile or abusing a child, and if not an entire state, pretty much the whole country's after you, which is the way it should be. But with elderly people, we rarely hear about it. So for him to be out there protecting elder people is fun, and he kicks ass like no one's business, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a fun ride, and I was very surprised because I just thought this was gonna go a complete different way. And no, I mean it's not the best movie I've seen. I don't think it's gonna be the best movie of the year, but it definitely is a movie that if I'm bored and I'm just flipping through stuff and it's on, I'll give it another watch.
Yeah, it's an action flick. If you like that sort of stuff, you're probably gonna like it. Some things I didn't like though is that Jeremy Irons is in this movie and he's a great actor. Not really fantastic in this movie though. And I don't necessarily blame him. In these sort of action movies, you don't need to put out 100% of your acting, but it was just most of the acting in this movie was just besides I would say Josh Hutcherson and Jason Statham, just because as I said, you kind of just you can phone it in for these sort of movies because you know you're not going to go see this movie for the high caliber acting. You're going to go see it to watch people's heads explode or fingers chopped off. That's just the sort of movie this is. And I mean, we keep saying it, but for what it was, it did a good job. No, we're not going to see a sequel to this one, but
Oh, you never know. I mean, we saw a
we'll
sequel to the
see.
Meg.
Yeah, you know what? That's a very good point. I mean, with the premise of the Beekeeper, it's one you can easily do a sequel for.
It doesn't
Yeah,
need one
no,
though.
it
I
doesn't need
agree.
one. But
That
no,
doesn't need one.
you're right.
But
It's probably gonna come.
but for me, if I'm being honest with you, and not dogging it because I am a fan of the franchise, John Wick didn't need a sequel.
Yeah, but
I felt.
all the John Wick sequels are so good.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, not
no, I
all of them.
agree. I just, I when I watched the first one, I was never like, oh man, I really need another one. But
That's true.
coincidentally, they were good. I don't know. He's got a solid career. I mean, he keeps pumping out movies for better or for worse. He's getting that paycheck. So congratulations to Jason, and also congratulations to him on the fact that I was genuinely entertained. I wasn't bored. I wasn't like, man.
Let us know what you thought about the Beekeeper in the comments. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.
Take care, guys.